set of generational leaders that would thrive on our ideas and vision today. And in 30 years, I believe that we will turn Ghana to be the hub of Africa. Unify our governmental systems so we can have a developmental agenda that will be continued by our children. Thank you very much. Thank you for making time to come in. Thank you. Do I sit here for questions?
Kwame Bediako, yeah, obekwanje my oh my God, Muja dada no, omo babe dada mo, afi muja munaba, mo maye mana kwaba no. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I'm a Ghana tinisu. I read wash and a coma su. When you be asu ye pina su. Oh, we see an everybody good su. A man in Luma to Puntimini deal. No one does say, oh, you man, no one found you to know. Serious. The second coming of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the man behind the mask, Masaji Funana Kwame Bediako, yeah, obekwanje my Bediako, oh my God, and Bediako. Oh Ghana, and it's a swab, my and Hosanna, Yamia Dumti, Ebesaya Dimana. We present to you the new force, oh Ghana, and it's a swab, my and Hosanna, Yamia Dumti, Ebesaya Dimana. We present to you Kwame Bediako. Yeah, okay. Mr. Mekasaka Kra. Listen, no crime, say, when you have a trainer, Mokoto, I said the motor can and I'm repeating mistake. Because on my new belief, my force.
Okay, so good morning. My name is Rebecca Ikpe. I'm here representing the G. I wanted to know and understand the unveiling of the new six. What will be their role exactly? What kind of role are they going to play in your whole? Or what didn't get the consensus from both sides. And so the EC, as at now, is operating with a previous ally, which is what is being used. In order to get that continuous registration, you need to have an airline which will enable that. And of course, you can also get that clarification.
I have 3 questions. I won't be able to memorize all of them, and I think a lot of people, in fact, I'm taking 5 questions, so 2 is okay.
Thank you, so I'll let others.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so the first one, it's about the new 6. About the governance of this country, the legal structure of this country, the financial out. But since it's unveiling system, I would plead with all of you so we can enjoy that suspense of seeing who is coming next and who is coming after. And that we have made sure that the 6 angles of governance, development, structures, financial, investors, and all of that is what we're putting together for this country. The Big 6 is supposed to shape the development of this country, and therefore we are not going to depend on borrowing money from outside and bringing outsiders to invest in our country before we think that we're becoming successful. That's what they're shaped for, to be internally strong and build a strong governance that will shape this country's future for the rest of our lives and the ones who are coming. Thank you. You talked about EC and the airline. I don't think I should be in a position to fix the problem for governmental institutions. I think that it should be to do. At the moment, to address what you said properly, of a nation that governs us as long as we live. A politician is a chosen leader that will come for a particular the laws of our judiciary system, the legislation, the executive arm of this country, to govern the politicians. And until we make sure that is implemented, I think we might be going under some kind of dictatorship whilst we're practicing democracy. These differences needs to be straightened. And institutions that can help to clarify these situations, to support the people, to move them away from being disenfranchised. And let's hold the government responsible for governmental duties and responsibilities. Although I sent letters to the Parliament, to the Christian Council, and copied everyone, including EC, I still haven't heard anything from anyone. Thank you.
Question here. Like Coffee Day, GTV.
Yes,
so
Captain.
On a personal level, On a personal level, what's been your biggest surprise running for president of Ghana? That's the first question. And the second question, if you become
station on your show, and they cancelled my interview with you. And it was because the orders from above. And today, you happen to be with one of these press people to ask me this question. I think you're a great interviewer, and so much could have come out that day if it's not because of how partisans we are becoming in this country. That me coming to GTV, and the first thing that GTV, which is a Ghana national television that we have been watching our whole life, that belongs to this country, would cancel my event or my speaking moment interview with you. And I'm sure you were surprised too, as much as I was surprised. So it's one of my biggest surprise. Second to that.
Beyond that, what's a surprise you're running for president?
Well, I think that, you know, a government should embrace their own. That's how the new Ghana should be. If somebody wakes up tomorrow and they say they want to become the next Kwame Nkrumah, or they want to become the next Patrice Lumumba, as a nation, we have to embrace them. If somebody wants to be Bill Gates and they believe they're going to be Bill Gates, let's not laugh at them. Let's not cancel their ways of trying to voice out their vision. Or they're not. So these are my surprises. And I will have a lot if I have to go through. But I just wanted to use your one as a great example because I was truly surprised. And I'm sure you were too, because you were waiting for me and you just found out that orders from above says, I can't be there.
We'll explore them when we have the interview later.
Well, I have been called twice and I still said that I feel like I need an apology letter from GTV. Not from the government, but from them as an institution. It's not our country people that destroyed our country. They were still doing illegal mining. We could have controlled them. But we let in the Chinese and their millions poisoned. And the food that we're starting to eat is this same water system that is feeding the ground. So, believe it or not, in the next 10 to 15 years, don't be scared if you see any children with 3 eyes or 7 fingers.
It's happening already.
It's happening already? Okay. Now, for me as a leader, the first thing I will do is I will stop the foreigners who are destroying my land. In fact, if the Chinese are hearing me, I will probably put hundreds of thousands of them under house arrest and call the Chinese president that this is what you've done to my country. You have caused 33 million people's lives. And therefore, you are going to be responsible for building and fabricating all our nest plants that will recycle this water again. 4 years of hard work to fix my country. Just to show the world that we are not animals here. You cannot go to anyone's country and destroy their water, destroy their cocoa, destroy their whole life. What kind of government do we have? And they're sitting down watching them. What is Ghana today? Who are we? Anybody comes to our country who is not even certified to be a minister or to be a leader. This revolutionary consciousness is to stop certain things that is also galamseys. What am I going to do to them? Would I arrest them too? No. But I have to call all of them. I have to stop them and re-employ them. Because I know that they should be able to give us our ultimatum. I am looking for 200 tons because I'm going to tell you right now, this country have less than 8 billion. Up until recently, when we needed 3 billion, we had to buy gold to make it almost 14 tons before we can borrow that 3 billion. When you go to Dubai, when you go to Emirates, these people are buying our gold every day. They pack it, they refine it, keep it as reserves. When it gets to 200 tons, they call any financial institution and say, look at my gold, it's stamped, it's Swiss stamp. I need 200 billion. And you just show them the gold and you have to take the money. So we can let our galamseys come and work for us in the next 3 years to reach the 200 billion, and I will write all your loans off one touch. Because you have the money. God has given you the wealth. If you cannot see it, the person who can see it better will come and take it. But I want you, and I want Ghanaians to be rest assured, I am not that embabunu. Minye obia afei ena me ba betena ho na me hwe me nkrofo na we sisi omo na we fa we na we fa we enka sa na ye ka no dia enka manya me de bi ka me ba ha ba ye den but enam osunti ena nam no ma ekoso wo krom anti enti ena metu anamo ho se me ba na ma ba me ma mo majai. And I will make sure I create wealth in this country. I make sure I will bring jobs in this country. Because, say, if we are able to just get another 3.5 million workers, we will have 7 million. Which means 90-something% where they had jobs. Today, we're 33 million. And it's just above 12% that have jobs. The rest, just because we're tolerating our own people, we have 75%, which is 0 to 45 years. The youth, this is empowerment. What are we doing with them? So this question is a great question, and I hope that you can ask me another one, but I will leave it for when I get my apology letter.
If I may add a few words to what Kwame has just said. A few of you know me. I'm almost 88. I have any business here.
Sorry, I would like to introduce
many of them know me already.
General Nunu. This is General Nunu, go way back from Nkrumah all the way to today.
I work with Nkrumah at the Flagstaff, now you call it Jubilee House. Now, I am here this morning because I heard Kwame was going to meet the press today. I have a medical emergency.
Twice your age. You're twice my age.
Some people at my age, below my age, like Joe Biden, they are doubting whether the brain is working well. I can teach you Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Who can remember Pythagoras theorem? What Pythagoras said? I can remember it at my age. And I'm so concerned about Ghana that no matter what, I should be here. That's why I'm here. I have a medical issue. And how many of you are 50 years and above? Raise your hands for 50 years and above. How many? I can see one.
Oh, coffee.
My last born is over 50. So I don't have any business at my age. Give me another.
Mepacho Mekachi, midin the Empress Anne from Ohineba Media. Masem Bisane say, who speech earlier.
road tolls in free toll booths in free disabled or bro ebia 400 no almost titimo almost enya adwuma ye a omunya bibidi nti ye wo makoma so pa se me sorting out na wo ka benefits for MP mi hui na no kremu no politics enya dia na menim ansana I started this movement because enya dia na makoma ene politics fa enoma bia na mehwe aman na omuko through a enya me fe nti na emma ntimi emfa me ho entwetwe obia wo ye politician enya se me mpe nipa asem se ebia wo ye politician me mpe wasem but se me free se emma nkoso ye na noma bi nkoso ye nso a se metimi ne watena ho se ebia me ne wo ebokosi atafre na se me ba beje contract bi wo ho na me ntimi nyesa nti me bamu a enoma bi wo ho a ebesesa pa me hwe a ministries bi kra wo ha ministries bi kra wo ho da obi bisa me say na me ministers nyina we ministers ebi wo ho pa ebi nso beba ebi nso wo mu dada na emom no ebi wo ho a esese e close no kakra ansa na yenya the right idea for that ministry ansa na ye bie na right people are on betenam enye se unya ya na wo the minister akotena na wo the deputy na afi de wafa nipa 500 na wo ko bobosia e wo IMF na wo de abeti omoka nti we have to cut all of these things economically and I think say the MPs no they're okay because we MP e wo Ghana and say Land Cruiser 3 we vice then and say what dan kese it say ade ayehu adwuma wo de eba omanim ene nkofo a oboa omo nti eno ya ade a mede mani ebeto ahwe say eno na efiri ho ba na efiri ho ma de a I don't see why you should get all these benefits. So, and now last one, language, language there. Ehu here pa. Uko China, umusua there ewo omo language Mandarin. Uko Singapore, obi esua there on a language mu. Uko Dubai, obi esua there on a language mu. Oba Africa, yaka brofo. Na ewe nyina ewe language. Me hu say there's a problem with that. But I've also seen an advantage with that. The problem is that Oshe Yukura, ebia ye different kasa, ebia 10 and 20 and 30. So yusu no nyansa semu yenyusu saa brofo no e nyansa semu na omukra na omwa abonten no omohu say policies na ayeka no nyansa wom because media minim say kosi broni a o kire me brofo no why mistake say o kire me because emre bi beba no the power of my governance and how I will use that same language to influence our continent. That will bring me the power that my own tree language cannot do. But I do respect my language and I do respect all dialects in the country. And I think that there will be a day that if they're not able to speak the tree or the Ga in parliament, there should be some sort of translation, even if you're watching on television, that would be able to translate what they're saying to you so you can understand. Any questions I will be saying. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Bernard Keidaze, Oyerpa Television. I have a couple of questions, but I will ask only one.
Thank you.
What is your stand on the debate surrounding the free SHS program? Should it be abolished or reviewed? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So, first of all, I'm not here to judge a policy, whether it should be abolished or it should continue. But I think, say, as a country, we have to have the structure and the planning to be able to give free education to our people. The question is, can we afford it? Because free education will probably come from tax people's money or our reserves. School and because you create millionaires, you create entrepreneurs, you create governors, you create leaders. Now, Obia we are developing a crew. Okwa abrochira omo develop your mukro. And omo develop your mini panels or no. Taxes are for disabled, BBR they cater for them. So the value of the country grows. When you put your nation first, your country automatically grows. Automatically. When you disregard your nation and you think your country is rich and you start to trade your resources, your country and the people will suffer. And that is torturing humans. So free education can be good if we can afford for it and if we can let the people learn about our resources. Thank you.
Let me have a few comments to make on. How can my Batman, who cleans my house, go to school and pay fees, or pay as well as myself, the chief of defense staff or security advisor? The system we had was that the fee for ordinary people, fishermen, farmers, poor people. How could I become serious if a fisherman today, I'll tell you, or whatever on Zema, you will not even become anything in Ghana unless somebody push you. If for people at Teshi, at Nungwa, Nunumensa, at Winnipeg, no Winnipeg, I could hear the waves when I hit the ground. I was sleeping at the beach. Yes, I became chief of defense staff. My mother was selling plantain. There was no way she could pay my school fees. There was no way my father could. The state comes in there and help you to become somebody. But not the children of ministers who are driving Land Cruisers. Not the president who is driving so many. It doesn't make sense. It is stupid. So let's make policies which make sense. Dependent upon me, so I couldn't pay. The state then paid my son to become a surgeon as I speak to you now. That is how you manage a nation. But today, you know, you go to school, free. And as I'm saying, I was saying a moment ago, my partner who sweeps my room, if his child went to school, it's free. I can defend that. But how can I not pay my children's school fees? I can of course pay it. Why should the state pay it for me? So that we are then able to, the school education system now, look, they are hungry. They're not even Gary, they can't get Gary to eat. Say I am lying, and I can't prove to you. I bet O'Reilly, I go there, they are hungry. So don't do things which doesn't make sense. We don't use our heads properly. I'm sorry. And you young people, you are better educated. I never went to secondary. I went to secondary school at the age of 20. And by the age of 3 years, I had completed my education into the army. Fast track. Went to the army with the first deployment and Achimota, and go and see my record in Ghana and in Britain. The greatest army school in the world, Sandhurst. It's about a fisherman. The man was selling plantain in the market. Let's create Ghana that ordinary people can rise. Because the way it is now, they will never rise. We are stepping on their neck. They can't rise. And that is not fair. Again, when people retire, the car that, you know, that official car, then the car for the ministers, I had one as a school advisor. When I retired, my daughter said, I said, I wouldn't take the car. I said, yeah, sir, why would not, I don't take in the car? Everybody's taking the car. And I said, I am not everybody. I'm going to go and take the bloody car to the state. It's wrong. Let's have integrity. Let's have morality. It is wrong. Why should you come to, next time they are going, they'll go to other languages and then buy a new one. How can you be rich? You'll be stupidly poor. That's what we are. You are poor with stupidity. And that shouldn't happen. If I live in Ghana, I'm alive, and Kwame becomes somebody, I'll make sure that we do all these stupid things, we stop doing them. Anybody from Labadi, you go to Labadi, see trade fair. It was given to Nkrumah, the land there, a huge land. Great trade for 1966. But the Nkrumah was overthrown. It came on the next year, 67. Then government decides not to go ahead. The property belongs to Labadi people. Why are they taking them? And they're people. They are selling the new press also mute, like dumb, deaf and dumb. And look at their opinion. Who is scaring you? Nobody can scare you. Speak the truth. I've never been scared by anybody. See the woman on the street. That makes me sick. My mother never sold food stuff on the streets. Yet we don't care with our Land Cruisers. We live around. And then we sell the assets and press again. Have you been bribed not to open your mouth or what? Who has bribed you? I will unchain your mouth, you can talk. I keep on saying, Kwame, 2 years I'll be 90. I don't know whether I'll be around. Maybe I'll be gone. But I worry for you. I worry for you.
Thank you.
That's the last question.
But we have to give consultation.
Morning. Good morning. Morning. Yeah, you are yearning for the youth, and the same youth are still following NDC and NPP. So where is your position? So you are just crying for youth. All your message is youth empowerment, how you campaign, all your youth. But the same people still vote campaign for NDC and NPP. Are they ready for you? Lastly, how do you see can we use common currency to trade? Because we are talking of $1 million, and now they cannot use a common currency if your policy.
Question first, because it's two questions, right? So let's start with the youth. And this is a great moment to address this issue. That the youth might be making a lot of noise and not be using their voice as much as they're supposed to. Don't think I don't know it. I do. Don't think I also don't know that they're splitted and they're over there and over there. Because I found the root. And the root is when they have the chance to have their democratic right and learn about democracy, they don't allow them. They let them go into university, and that's where they buy them. That's when they make them the SRCs and start giving them money to campaign. And they're going to become some kind of pastor that will tell you what your future is going to be like, but they can't determine their own future. This is a country that we live in that I want to make it very clear that I don't need your consent to love you. I don't need your consent to stand for you. So I want to make it very clear to the youth that as much as I stand for them and I scream for them, it's not because I need your consent. It's because I'm thinking about the ones who are unborn yet to come. Because I know that if I don't fix this problem, and if I don't help fix it, it will become a generational problem, and it will keep going down and down and down and down and down. So I don't just think for the people of today, but I also think for the people for tomorrow. And that's why I was expecting the youth of this country to get up and stand for their rights and ask questions to the EC. Why are you not allowing us to have the vote? Why are you giving us 20 days out of the whole year to practice democracy? But they can't. But it's not my problem, and I will not be responsible for someone being coward. But I'm a very courageous man, and I was born to be like that. And I'm sure that's the reason why God has chosen me to come and lead. Because if the youth had that courage, maybe they would have started this before me. But my neck is out, my face is out. I have started a movement, and I have opened a door that not only me will be like this as from now, from tomorrow, in the years coming, you're also going to see young people like me who will gather the courage and start to work like this. And it's because we need to start our leadership from a younger age. Don't expect people who have outlived their future to build your future. General is here. He's already accepted to you that I'm 88 years old. I want all the people around him were 40s. They were energetic. They were aggressive. They were ready to work. They were ready to stand in the sun. And why are you just standing there and thinking that the old man who you are responsible to look after them, they looked after you before. It's your time to look after them. You are still thinking that they're going to build your future. I think people who are thinking this way are lazy people. They're not ready to get up. And a lot of Ghanaian youth are like that. I am addressing this issue now because they think all they have is a voice, and I'm the youth, and I'm the youth. My friend, tomorrow will come, you will no more be the youth. You will be an old man. So if you're going to stand on your feet now and move and make sure that you contribute to the success of the development in this country, you better do it now to be with the history men for tomorrow. Now, the second one, it's about the currency, right? Why do we have a currency that will base the currency on someone else's currency? Our currency is valued and hedged by the US dollar. But here is the expression in the mistake we're doing. They always say that to make or to create wealth or value, you need wisdom. And it's true. You need a lot of wisdom. You need a lot of knowledge. As their reserves. They come to buy the gold from you, give you the US dollar, and then you pledge your city to it. And you don't have anything to take the US dollar into your system constantly. Americans are not buying anything from us every day. We are buying things from them every day. So we're forced to change our city to their dollar and go and buy those things. They don't buy anything. The only thing they buy from us is the gold, and they don't buy it from the citizens. They buy it directly from the government. So why haven't we hedged our city to our gold? I want to tell you that one of our main policies of the freedom economy, the economic freedom that we're bringing is this: hedging the gold to the city. This would make Ghana become the #1 country that can control a continental currency. Because we use that to build. I know some of you heard of the Freedom Coin. Yes, it was very scary. If the government had to let me in, I'll probably become the next trillionaire and I'll borrow money to everyone in Africa. Because you just have to create reserves. And you have the reserves. We have attributable reserves in this country. Trillions of gold. Trillions. We have been so lazy, just like how we're voting, just like how we're standing up for our rights. And the gold is there. We haven't even bought the right plants to do hard rock mining, this, that, just galamsey. We're just, creeping around the sun and taking small gold from gravels. When you have the rock there, and even the government's investment should be in the rock. Why should we have the likes of Ashanti Goldfield when it's not Ashanti? The company is somewhere from South Africa. Why should we have all these companies from Belgium and from Australia in our country? And they're taking our gold to go and create reserves, and they borrow money just by showing the gold they've taken from us and come back and re-borrow it to us and take all our concessions. Come on. It's the thinking process. It's dead. It's dead. And we cannot be sitting here and thinking economy. In fact, I intend to import talents. The idea of me telling you that I'm going to take the Chinese and keep them here for working for 4 years hard labor is part of importing talent. But I'm cutting the importation system out because they're already here and they've spoiled my water. After that, I will still bring different types of people in the world, from Europe, from America, from everywhere. They have to come and work for us. The same gold, they can drill, they can do the job for us. We just need to think like investors and business people. And that's why I think Ghana needs this sort of new leadership. Not the leadership who have studied political science, but doesn't know how to build a building or doesn't know how to create business. We need a CEO in this country. Someone that values the resources in this country, someone that values the humans in this country, someone that values the citizens in this country, someone that values their position, that they are responsible and accountable for this country. And those that know the value of money would always understand what life is worth. I am one of those. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, my name is Eugene. Deliberate attempts to sabotage you, and then secondly, in case your picture does not appear on the ballot paper,
Thank you. So, yes, there's been a lot of cancellations and there's been a lot of destructions. It looks like it's a sabotage, and really it can be defined as that. People like us, we refuse to accept these things. I always think that if you're looking for strength, then first of all you should find your weakness. And whenever people come against you, that problem you should embrace. Behind that problem, you're going to find a greater opportunity. When the convention was cancelled, we became one of the most popular political movement in the history of Africa. We went across to China, to Spain, to France. They were all talking about the man in the mask. In fact, I didn't know that I was the first person in history to have come out politically with a mask on. And now I'm sure very soon there are going to be some universities in the world that they will learn about this particular movement and how it came and changed the narrative of politics. See, I'm not saying that I know exactly what I'm doing and exactly who I'm going to be tomorrow, but I'm listening to the voice and I'm obedient and I'm fair and I'm moving forward. And those who think what I'm doing cannot be done should not just get in the way. Because as you're seeing, people are falling and people are stumbling. People think that they're pulling me down, but they're pushing me up. People think that they're going to stop what I'm doing, but they're giving me more confidence, more vim to do what I'm doing. And on this note that I will use to answer the second question at the same time, that am I expecting to see my face on the ballot? Yes, I am expecting to see my face on the ballot because I've done everything that is right to be a part of this national governance. If I don't deserve to be on the ballot, then but yeah, you can cancel events, you can cancel TV shows, you can cancel that, you can change headlines, but this is the government, and we expect the government to do the right thing. You know, I mean, there must be a lot of corruption in this country, but I must say that we should not mix that with our governance. It's very important that we protect the governance of this country. And I would like to use this moment to also address this issue with the media of this country. And I always want to tell you, since I got into this political industry, I realized that a lot of these media platforms are in the pocket of politicians and not in the interest of the nation. I'm using this moment to address you that, listen carefully. You might have a job that you're doing, but remember, if you connive the mindset of this nation and drift them into a different place by lying to them for the sake of a politician's interest, you're partly responsible for all of these people who are dying, jobless, struggling, they're cursing. Let's start to deal with facts and truth. That is the subject of the matter. In the past 40 years, this country's governance has been based on the media's final presentation or awareness or message that they sent. And from the time I started the new force, I have witnessed a lot of backwards of messages, upside down messages, turning it this way, that way. We cannot do this to our people. If we want to go all the way to become as trustworthy as the likes of CNN and BBC for whatever Africa media platform, that one day the world would like to listen to whatever information that they're bringing because they're facts. We should start practicing this now. We should not let the politicians convince us and turn us into Judas, because this country's downfall, I repeat it again, that most of the media platforms in this country are partly responsible for it. And I'm urging all of you, please, let's do what is right for our nation. Let's not stand there and be convinced and let people pay us so we connive with them and do what is opposite. Let's not tell lies to the people just because we've been paid to tell lies. Let's ask some sensible questions to our leaders so we can find out why they should be accountable and why they should be responsible. Let's not cover their wrongdoings and try to pull anything else that will come out from any angle. So please, the national media and all the entities, all the people, the workers, the owners, bring your head together. There's a revolution going on around the world. And it's not just Ghana. It's everywhere in the world. And remember, you pay a price for the life you live and the thoughts you breed. Thank you.
May I add one or two words to what Kwame has said? If the Electoral Commission put obstacles in the way of Kwame, the question was, how would he react? The reason why I'm with Kwame is this, that I'm told Kwame has money. I'm not here because of his money. Get that very clear. I'm here because I want a better Ghana after me. If the Electoral Commission put obstacles in the way of Kwame, the youth of this country should wake up and act. Because here's a man who is going to save them, and they are putting obstacles in his way. He doesn't care. Kwame can go to Europe if he wants to. But you, don't ask how would he react. Okay, sit down, open your mouth and watch him to act. Don't be silly, come on. You should act. You don't know much about history. I've been involved in all the, I'm not involved, I've been around with all the coups and Nkrumah's coups and Rawlings coups. I fought Rawlings several times, we came together. I have principles in life. Here's a man, I'm not here because I want anything from Kwame. Because I'm worried about when I go, what Ghana am I leaving behind? And I saw, like in a dream, a savior, like Nkrumah did. I was a young man, 10, 11 years when Nkrumah came. And Kwame reminds of Nkrumah's coming, and while Nkrumah mobilized the youth, the unemployed, the fishermen, you know, there was only Tesla Hayford who was an educated lawyer. They were all ordinary people. Kofi Bako's father, Net Welbeck, Nkumsa, Mumuni Baumia's father. I knew all of them. But they didn't come. Nkrumah was a leader that needed to be followed. So please, if the Electoral Commission, I'll talk to them. If they don't wake up and do anything stupid, they will send us into a civil war. Because the youth will be angry. I don't want this here, like in Kenya or anywhere else. I don't want it, or Sudan. Let's have a plain, level field and let the people make a choice. But don't put obstacles in anybody's way to stop him or her from standing. Or if you did that, don't blame me. You young people too. You come to my grave and pour libation and said, General, you warned us, we didn't listen to you. May God rest you peacefully. Amen. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I'm not sitting here. My wife isn't well. I shouldn't be here. And I had to leave her and come. Because Ghana first, before even my wife. Yes. So,
that's a headline.
Those of you who are being given money to shut up, for Christ's sake, think of yourself, not even yourself, your children, your grandchildren. What kind of Ghana you are leaving behind for them to inherit? Kwame should go and fight. You should fight for him. For he's come to fight for us. God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Shall meet another time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, just before we have some refreshments at the
say I mind you also. Yeah. Instead of make a saka cry. And it be a listen, no cry, me say, when you have a train, I'm going to have a motor cannon, I'm repeating mistake. Cause on my no bleedy, my force who bleedy, no question I make catch away my family who hates. Party A, any party B, and you will bush in Japadi, here come my young canna or mine, ya late. Sebi, one more casapi, and so a crabby no more yet. Now, your mobile no so cry fake. The second coming of Chroma. Nana Kwame Bediako and Sroma was saying, it's Ghana mine yet is soon Nasa was so obey my hanya, Yaman, Quine, I bread. Why, Mamma, me the threat. What's a hoodoo be brain or Moshishania no crack? You go see a dream, my honey, the name of Fred. Oh, yeah, I can say that's right. Ya Bremo, I feel a can of crano. Said the Mubu man said the inn as a fiano. Or Mamba Pami can of creme, can said the tiano. Yamame Amagana Komubu, I was say a siano. The new force is here to give Amada Ghana rest. All they want is to see Amada Ghana bless. They came to feel Amada Ghana breast. Said the Amagana, my binya daily bread. Oh, Ghana, and it a swab, Mumaya to Hosanna. Yamia don't ever say the mana. We present to you the new force. Oh, Ghana, and it a swab, Mumaya to